Your body produces vitamin D normally when it's legitimately presented to daylight. You can likewise get it through specific nourishments and enhancements to guarantee sufficient degrees of the nutrient in your blood. Vitamin D has a few significant capacities. Maybe the most imperative are managing the ingestion of calcium and phosphorus, and encouraging typical invulnerable framework work. Getting an adequate measure of nutrient D is significant for typical development and advancement of bones and teeth, just as improved opposition against specific illnesses. Drug companies can't sell you sunlight, so there's no promotion of its health benefits. That's probably because it's free. Your body makes it when sunlight touches your skin. The truth is, most people don't know the real story on vitamin D and health. So here are some 15 important takeaways from an interview between Mike Adams and Dr. Michael Holick. 1. Vitamin D is produced by your skin in response to exposure to ultraviolet radiation from natural sunlight. 2. The healing rays of natural sunlight that generate vitamin D in your skin cannot penetrate glass. So you don't generate vitamin D when sitting in your car or home. 3. It is nearly impossible to get adequate amounts of vitamin D from your diet. Sunlight exposure is the only reliable way to generate vitamin D in your own body. 4. A person would have to drink 10 tall glasses of vitamin D fortified milk each day just to get minimum levels of vitamin D into their diet. 5. The further you lie from the equator, the longer exposure you need to the sun in order to generate vitamin D. Canada, the UK and most US states are far from the equator. 6. People with dark skin pigmentation may need 20 to 30 times as much exposure to sunlight as fair-skinned people to generate the same amount of vitamin D. That's why prostate cancer is epidemic among black men. It's a simple, but widespread, sunlight deficiency. 7. Sufficient levels of vitamin D are crucial for calcium absorption in your intestines. Without sufficient vitamin D, your body cannot absorb calcium, rendering calcium supplements useless. 8. Chronic vitamin D deficiency cannot be reversed overnight. It takes months of vitamin D supplementation, rendering calcium supplements useless. 8. Chronic vitamin D deficiency cannot be reversed overnight. It takes months of vitamin D supplementation unblock your body's ability to generate vitamin D by 95%. This is how sunscreen products actually cause disease by creating a critical vitamin deficiency in the body. 10. It is impossible to generate too much vitamin D in your body from sunlight exposure. Your body will self-regulate and only generate what it needs. 11. If it hurts to press firmly on your sternum, chest, breastbone, you may be suffering from chronic vitamin D deficiency right now. 12. Vitamin D is activated in your body by your kidneys and liver before it can be used. 13. Having kidney disease. 14. The sunscreen industry doesn't want you to know that your body actually needs sunlight exposure because that realization would mean lower sales of sunscreen products. 15. Even though vitamin D is one of the most powerful healing chemicals in your body makes it absolutely free. No prescription required. Other powerful antioxidants with this ability include the superfruits like pomegranates, palm wonderful juice, acai, blueberries, etc. Diseases and conditions caused by vitamin D deficiency. Osteoporosis is commonly caused by a lack of vitamin D, which greatly impairs calcium absorption. Sufficient vitamin D prevents prostate cancer, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, depression, colon cancer and schizophrenia. Rickets is the name of a bone-wasting disease caused by vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D deficiency may exacerbate type 2 diabetes and impair insulin production in the pancreas. Obesity impairs vitamin D utilization in the body, meaning obese people need twice as much vitamin D. Vitamin D is used around the world to treat psoriasis, a chronic skin disease. Vitamin D deficiency can cause schizophrenia. Seasonal affective disorder is caused by a melatonin. Chronic vitamin D deficiency is often misdiagnosed as fibromyalgia because its symptoms are so similar, *L muscle weakness, aches and pains. Your risk of developing serious diseases like diabetes and cancer is reduced 50% to 80% through simple, sensible exposure to natural sunlight 2 to 3 times each week. Infants who receive vitamin D supplementation 2,000 units daily have an 80% reduced risk of developing type 1 diabetes over the next 20 years. Collision shocking vitamin D deficiency statistics. 32% of doctors and med school students are vitamin D deficient. 40% of the U.S. population is vitamin D deficient. 42% of African American women of childbearing age are deficient in vitamin D. 48% of young girls 9 to 11 years old are vitamin D deficient. Up to 60% of all hospital patients are vitamin D deficient. 76% of pregnant mothers are severely vitamin D deficient, causing widespread vitamin D deficiencies in their unborn children, which predisposes them to type 1 diabetes, arthritis, multiple sclerosis and schizophrenia later in life. 81% of the children born to these mothers were deficient. Up to 80% of nursing home patients are vitamin D deficient. Up to 90% Indians are vitamin D deficient. Great information with no cost.